everyone, welcome back to Financial Channel. So today we are going to do economics for Cambridge International ASN A-Level. So today we will be doing it for chapter number 4, that is resource allocation in different economic systems. Now let's read the name of the chapter once again. Resource allocation in different economic systems. Now, what are economic systems? And what are the things which depend on them? So, the answer for what is economic system? Yeah. So, what is economic system? That you have to tell me in our comment section. Alright? But without wasting any time, I'll tell you. A mechanism which help the government to plan and allocate the accessible services, resources and commodities across the country. Now, the second question was that on what does it depend? So, our answer for that should be the choices that are made and how they are made depends on the economic systems. Alright? Our country's economic systems identifies the mean by which household firms and governments make decisions in relation to the three economic questions that are what goods and services to produce, how are goods and services to be produced, and why should we receive the goods and services. These are the three fundamental questions. Okay? Now, let's move further. Now we have to think about the three types of economies. There are planned economy, mixed economy, and market economy. So before doing that, I think we have some key terms which we have to remember, that are middle economies, that is economies where income per head was between $1,226 and to $3,995. That third, economic system. The way in which production is organized and choices are made in an economy is the economic system. Now, let's come to market economy. That is also one which we have to remember. We have many key terms right now. Market economy. An economic system where most decisions are taken through the market mechanism. For example, I'll tell you that in USA, 75% is in hands of market, whereas only 25% of goods and services are offered by a USA government. Let's come to planned economy. I'm just giving key terms right now, and after that we'll be going through each of the economies in detail. So, planned economy. An economic system where resources are stated as state-owned and allocated by a central body. That is planned economy. Very good example of planned economy is North Korea. Mixed economy. An economic system where both market forces and government are involved in the resource allocation decisions is the mixed economy. Like India has a mixed economy. Now, next, let's come to the market mechanism. Resource allocation decisions are taken by individual producers and consumers with no government intervention, also known as the price mechanism. Now, let's come to the market economy. Let's see it in detail. In market economy, resources are allocated by a force of the demand and supply through the price mechanism. The government has a little or no direct involvement in the process of resource allocation. Now, the price and the unrestricted operation of the price mechanism are the central to which resources are allocated. Alright? Now, okay, we're coming to a very important thing now. That I think so you must be knowing, but then to let's see. Now we come to see there are these I'm right now teaching you through the notes which I have made for you all only. So I will share it on our website. You can download it from our website. Okay. The price mechanism at work. There is one diagram which I have put in there, but I am not able to show it because today the television was not free for you all. So yeah. So now on the market economy, let's see the role of the government in market economy. In principle, the government should have no direct role in the working of the market economy and should not interfere with the working of the market economy and should not interfere in the working of the price mechanisms. Okay, I think so. Alright, I'm very sorry. I just had forgotten to switch on the video. Okay, so let's start from the second point again. As long as the price mechanism is working efficiently, the government's role is to watch. I think so we have done this, we have completed this, right? I'm not sure if we have done it or not because it's okay, let's start. Let's start from the planned economy. Like the market economy, the planned economy only exists in theories. The government has a central role in all decisions made. The principal control is of the state. Unlike the market economy, the preferences of consumers and manufacturing organizations in a planned economy are controlled by the government. The key features of the planned economy. The government and its other organizations are responsible for the allocation of resources. The targets for the main sectors of the economy are set by the government. For example, if I talk about, let me think of an example of a planned economy. I had written notes on this, so let me check. Alright. I think so in prior also I gave this example, but let's go in detail to this example. The Democratic People's Republic of Korea is perhaps the most accurate example of centrally planned economy. In the DPRK, the government is controlled by one person who appoints others to run the economy, and they have total control. There is no effort to differentiate goods from the another. Then, key features we were talking about, right? The distribution of goods and services are done by the government. Now, get your pen and paper and write this key term. Productive resources that are available to be used. The mixed economy. Let's come to the mixed economy. Last thing, and then according to me the chapter must be over. Wait, I need to check because I think so merit and demerit goods are also there in this chapter, but I don't know if I've included that, so let me just check because I cannot take any chance. No, we don't have that in this chapter. That is in chapter number 6, classification of goods and services. Now let's come to the mixed economy. Wait, I think so we were doing key term, right? Write it down. If I might have said it once again, then it's okay. Productive resources that are available to be used. The mixed economy. The mixed economy is the typical economic system. In a mixed economy, both the private sector and the public sector have a part to play in the allocation of resources. Decisions involve an interaction between firms, labor and the government, mainly through the market mechanism. There is a private ownership of most productive resources, although there is some public ownership. Now, I'll come mainly to some important points of this. There's private ownership of most productive resources. That's what I said. Over the past 30 years or so, privatization has been a trend. Privatization involves the transfer of resources from public ownership to the private sector. This has been the case in many economies, including the emerging economies of Central Eastern Europe and Pakistan. Alright? That's great. Elsewhere, there have been similar trends. One of the most dramatic has been in the former Soviet Union, where the economy has been restructured. This has been in the case in the former satellites such as Poland, then Slovakia, Hungary, Estonia. Opening up the economy in this way has resulted in huge inward flow of foreign investment, particularly in the manufacturing and retail sectors. There have been opportunities for the private sector businesses to be developed, like cafes, small shops, garages, etc. Now, let's come to important. The experience of the Asian tiger economy is very important. Write it down in key terms. Next, we will be seeing the meaning of Asian tiger economy. Singapore and Hong Kong, for example, have always focused strongly on the market to allocate resources. The governments have created an economic situation where free enterprise is encouraged. Please excuse me, very sorry. Other economies have placed much emphasis on central planning, such as Malaysia, Philippines, Indonesia. The extraordinary continual growth of China over the past 15 years or so to the controlled management of the economy, but will very clear opportunities for foreign investors as well as domestic companies to influence. Let's learn 3 important key topics: privatization, emerging economy, and Asian tiger economy. Very sorry. I'll tell you the meaning of Asian tiger economy, and privatization and emerging economy is your task. Put it in the comment box. Export-led high growth economies in Asia is an example of Asian tiger economy. I don't know what is happening. Very sorry. Okay, so here we have come to an end of this chapter. Alright, so once again I'm checking if you are left with something, and I'll clear it up. According to me, this chapter is over, but I'll then check the textbook. And yeah, remember, do papers, okay? We did economic system, market economy, role of government, planned economy, mixed economy, and everything. Right? Activities 4.1 and 4.2, do it as homework. Then in the next video, I'll be discussing those answers in the YouTube channel. Okay? Bye.